Councilmember Yoshimoto and Councilmember Onishi returns to decide, how long we're going to be here, and and Gregor, also. And I just want to let everyone know that Councilmember Kern had texted me and unforeseen circumstances on the emergency, so he will not be joining us today. Okay. So, Margaret, you have your light on. Did you?
Well, I just thought.
Can you use your mic?
Yes.
Thank you.
Maybe while we're waiting for them to come down, the five of us, discuss, what our thoughts are on staying or planning and wait for them.
Okay, Councilmember.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for them.
Okay. So, why don't we go? If you want to call, somebody wants to call in.
Garnet.
Go ahead.
Actually, I'd like to call Melanie Bondera if she's over in Kona.
Okay.
Oops, we have nobody left in Kona.
Nobody. Okay.
How about Cole Howard Bandera? He's not in Kona either.
Okay, I wanted to call Garrett or Garnet.
Well then,
Cassell.
Madam Chair?
Garnet Pruitt?
Yes. In Kona, sorry. Go ahead.
Melanie and Cole will be back at 2:30.
Okay.
And Joe Castle.
Castle?
Yes, he will be back at 3:10, I believe. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Garnet or Garnet? Garnet. Okay, Garnet Pruitt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you could just state your name for the record, and then,
Have the discussion.
yeah, I think, who's calling him for?
I am.
Okay, so do you want to have, now that they're back, I think we don't have fresh, but what do you recollect on the last time we had the meeting? We called the meeting and we said we'd start at 9. The ending time, does anybody remember if we talked about an ending time, or Councilmember Yoshimoto?
Yeah, Madam Chair, my recollection was that, we had talked about starting at 9, like you said, and finishing at 3, because, we were concerned about travel expenses, and we had talked about that. That was my recollection, so, but we should also talk about when we're going to end today so that the public has some reasonable expectation, because...
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't recall. I guess I was promoting that we came here and let's get as much done as we can today and get through it. And so I don't recall at the time of discussing this meeting that we discussed ending at 3. I do want to know, I think part of what goes into this is we also discussed keeping tomorrow's agenda open. So I think that plays into the equation, because I don't know whether everybody is still available for tomorrow. We had said...
What's tomorrow? I don't understand what's tomorrow.
We had said when they brought the calendar in to please block out today and...
I don't recall blocking off tomorrow.
Drew, you had already left for the mainland when we had that discussion. But
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I'm just saying, I think that if people aren't available for tomorrow, it makes it... I would encourage that we stay as long as possible. That's all.
Okay.
Madam Chair. Oh,
Yes.
well, I'm sorry.
Okay, you want to...
Only problem is, we don't have Mr. Kern here. I don't know when he's coming back, and we're worried about the cost of these meetings. There was a memo that went out, Ms.
On
Wille.
the cost of the
Right,
meetings.
so it's over 10,000, or I forget how much it was. But in any event, let's hear from other council members.
Okay, Councilmember Kanuha?
Yeah, we also stated in the beginning of this that we would need all 9 council members to be here to discuss and vote on this bill. So I definitely have an issue if we are going to vote on this while missing a council member.
Oh, I agree in terms of the voting. I'm trying to at least get everybody that we want to call forward, that we've called forward here today.
Okay. Any, Councilmember Ford?
Okay. I don't have a problem with coming in tomorrow. Since we've invited all these experts to come and speak, I would like to get through the experts at the very least, no matter how long it takes. And then if we need to come back tomorrow, then we could have my staff or your staff, you're the chair, I'm sorry, presumptuous of me, I apologize, contact Mr. Kern and make sure that he's going to be here tomorrow. And if there's anybody else with a problem being here tomorrow, then we need to talk about it.
I have a problem because I committed to a early board meeting, but I could try to see what I can do, and unfortunately, it's an urgent matter that I'm having to deal with tomorrow. So, any other discussion, Councilmember Kanuha?
Yeah, my schedule is completely booked all day tomorrow. I mean, I know I wasn't here for that discussion when you guys decided on this date, so that's why, I mean, obviously I kept that date open, but I wasn't expecting it.
Any other discussion on Councilmember
I
Ford?
think if we don't finish tonight with a vote, we need to schedule either, if we can get through all of the experts that we've called in, that's one thing, but then maybe the next discussion should be on a normal committee day. If we could add this into the next committee day, I don't know if that's possible at this point.
Yeah, and looking at the next committee day,
October 1st.
October 1st would be
So
the
that's
next
more
one.
than
but-
7 days. That's 8 days, I think. No, September 30th. Yeah. Okay, maybe we take a short recess.
We should adjust things if we have to.
Well,
Let's see if we have time to agenda.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take a 5-minute recess so we can check the calendar. 5-minute recess. Sorry.
First. However, council members are willing to be flexible because there's several presentations and things of that nature. So it can be done, I think, but people need to remain flexible with other things. I know presentations are often set weeks or months in advance. So in any event, without going into the agenda, it can be done. Probably end of calendar kind of a thing where it's
On the 17th?
On the first.
I mean, on the 1st. I
the
take it
first.
back. Sorry. It's the 1st here in Hilo, right?
Right.
Okay. So are we okay with, we'll see what happens. How long do we go? There is minutes showing that Councilmember Yoshimoto is correct that we did agree that would be about the 3 o'clock hour because of the cost. And, but I think some of us are willing to stay till about 4, even stretching it an hour. Is looking at 4 o'clock a good thing? Because people have to drive back to Kona. Are we okay with that? Okay. So we're going to go till, go ahead, Councilmember Kanuha.
Mr. Onishi's got to leave at 3:45, so if you can make it.
Okay, so 3:45. You have to leave at 3:45. Okay. So, okay, so we're going to leave at 3:45. Let's see how much we can get done, and then we'll address the date. We know that at least that's available for us on the 1st.
Madam Chair, on the 1st, I'm not going to be here for the meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm not here on the 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, he's
I
gone
sent the
from the
letter.
1st through the 10th.
I
That's
sent the
right.
letter to you folks
The
a long
letter,
time ago.
long time ago, he sent that.
That's the 17th.
So the next time is the 17th. Is the 17th?
I'm sorry, not 17th. What is that? Yeah,
17th, huh?
15th.
I thought I had it on my calendar as a 17th.
15th.
Okay. So the next committee meeting will be on the 15th in Kona. So, do we have to check that agenda as well? Or Councilmember Kanuha, you had something to say? Go ahead, Bo.
I submitted a pretty big bill today that will be coming up on the 15th. So I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's pretty substantial.
Just an FYI.
Yeah.
You guys can do what it looks like.
Well, we could meet on Saturday.
But, okay, Councilmember Elegant?
Thank you, Madam Chair. With all due respect to Councilmember Kanuha, I'd prefer we leave that date and move to another date, because we did take into account Councilmember Ford with her bill, and I think we should take into account. So that's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we ought to.
Okay, Councilmember, yeah.
Well, today we proceeded without Mr. Kern here. Was there any reason why we cannot keep to the October 1st date? That's a regularly scheduled committee day?
Right. It's just that we thought okay, go ahead,
No, and that's
Councilmember
up to you
Onishi.
folks. I mean, if you folks want to do it on the 1st, that's fine with me, but I just saying that I'm not going to be there because prior commitments, and like I said, I submitted that letter to the council like months ago.
Yeah, the first, we can do it on the 1st if everybody's okay with not having Councilmember Onishi here.
No, it's just that if we keep postponing and postponing,
Right.
we're going to
I agree.
find a good day.
I agree. So let's say October 1st, if we don't finish up today, which I highly doubt, that we look at the October 1st date. And unfortunately, Councilmember Onishi will not be present.
Okay, so just so everyone understands, and Mr. Onishi has several communications here, so if he's not here, he can't introduce it, so I
Right.
don't think we're going to vote on anything on the 1st either then, because we can have further discussion, further fact-finding, but it doesn't sound like it would be fair,
Right.
to let...
We could vote on the 113 as my amendment, and then regardless, one way or another, he would then come in and offer his amendment.
On the draft, 113 draft 2.
Yeah, the next
could
day.
do that. Yeah,
So
could do that.
Okay.
we would,
Are you okay with that, Councilmember Onishi? Okay.
The main thing is,
Councilmember Onishi is okay with that. Councilmember Elegant?
The only problem that I see in that is, let's say it does only take us an hour and 30 minutes to go through your amendment, and then we are going to stop there. How will that work?
Well, then we would continue to the 17th anyway, like we were going to go through the 17th, so why don't we include the 1st and the 17th? If we would have to continue, we would probably have to continue on the 17th as well.
Well, I do want to, I'm sorry. What I do want to avoid is having to just bring everybody here for an hour and 30 minutes and having to recess for the later date. That's the only thing I would wish to avoid.
well, I think that you're counting on an hour and a half is, I know you're an optimist, but I just think that I don't want to keep delaying this, and let's move it on while it's in our minds, and that would also take some pressure off the 15th. Instead of just putting this off and having Drews, we'd be able to work through the substance of. Anyway, I think we ought to proceed, and if we're only an hour and a half, great. So.
Okay.
I'd just like to add one more thing,
Sure.
is that even though Mr. Nishi has to leave at 3:45 today, and we did say we were going to adjourn relatively early so we wouldn't have to spend the night, I can stay till 4:30, or if everybody else can.
If we get through the rest of the experts, or you have a problem if we continue hearing if there are any more experts? That's
Yeah.
fine with him.
Yeah, and I would suggest that the people who are not present get the DVD that's available to them to listen to what was presented to us today that they missed. So, no, nobody else? Okay, I think we're good. So we're gonna do the October 1st, right? You had a question.
Madam
Clerk.
Chair, if you're recessing to the October 1st date, we need to recess to a time certain on
Okay.
that day, so
Okay.
we can publish that notice, and so the people know it's what time it's going to be scheduled for.
So, Councilmember Yoshimoto, can you check on that while we?
I think the last item we have on the agenda is 1:30, so
Okay.
3 o'clock. Yeah.
On the agenda for the 1st, I don't know where your little list went. Okay. I'm willing to reschedule my presentation to a later date, the 15th, the 17th, whatever it is. So
And
that will
to
leave us
the
a little
extent you
time.
need it, I'm willing to, postpone what I have, so that hopefully we could just say 1:30 on this issue.
Okay. So we're looking at a 1:30 on October 1st?
Yes.
Okay. That should be good. Okay. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock
In Kona.
No, here in Hilo.
She's right,
Oh,
here.
Yeah. October 1st, I know.
Trying to get it in Kona. We need to hear from them.
Okay, so,
And then the 17th is an open date, right?
the 17th is an open date to
Yeah.
The
continue.
17th or the 15th?
Oh, 15th.
Oh, Dome on Committee Day.
17th, 15th, yeah.
That was last.
Oh, okay.
Should we plan on that if we are not done, that we continue on the 17th and nobody feels...
15th.
I know, but I mean, what if we're not done on the 15th? On the 15th, we'll be working through this conversation?
I hope not.
Yeah, but
I hope
we'll,
not,
we'll,
'cause-
we'll cross that bridge when we come.
Okay.
Because we're gonna have to go to the 15th, correct?
Yeah, we're going to have to go to the 15th
yes, okay.
because we have
Yeah.
that amendments. Okay,
Okay.
so we're probably recessing till October 1st at 1 o'clock.
Is Walter here?